Yeah, there's this in the red pill Twitter. There's this view of women that they're ultra hypergamous and that they're going to chase the best they can get, et cetera, et cetera. In my experience, if a woman can see you have ambition and you're genuinely pushing hard, then she'll be fine. Now, what a woman doesn't want is a guy who's in X place and isn't trying to get anywhere else. But when I was a struggling fighter and I couldn't pay the rent, I was banging girls left, right, and center, and they were loving me and they were loyal to me.
Because why?
I think it's just because they could see I had drive and they saw I was a safe bet and I was going to get somewhere and they respected me. This is the basic dynamic of male females. If a woman respects you, she wants to have sex with you. It doesn't matter if a woman likes you. It doesn't matter if a woman, when I said earlier, women hate me. I have women who dislike me, but they respect me. And this is the thing. You see it all the time in relationships. Oh, me and my wife, we love each other, but we have problems in the bedroom. Yeah, because she loves you, but she doesn't respect you. She doesn't want to get fucked by a guy she doesn't respect. So how can you provoke respect from a woman? Well, money is one way of doing it because money provokes respect from the world. But they respected me anyway because I was a dedicated individual who tried very hard. I'm a smart guy. I had ambition. I was in good shape. They already respected me. If a woman respects you, it's fine. So this is what your number one goal is. If you're saying, how do I get women to like me? Forget like. Women don't need to like you. Women don't even need to love you. If women respect you, they'll have sex with you. That is the basic underlying.
So how do we provoke respect then? How does one do that?
Okay.
That's a guy watching right now is like, love it. Good advice. Now, how do I do that?
Okay. So it's pretty much exactly the same.
Well, I wonder if it's like a matter of, it's interesting sometimes. It's like, is it something you do or is it actually something you don't do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if you're very needy with the girl, it's not about necessarily doing something. It's kind of like, you don't do a set of things, right? It's like you don't do a set of things and then they can respect you through that. But I'm sure it's a combination of both.
It's a combination, yeah. So for the don't do's, what you can't do is devalue yourself or your attention in any way. What happens now in the modern world, and I can tell you a million stories from webcam about this, but this is the basic dynamic, is that men's attention no longer has value. In the 1950s and 60s, if a girl got the attention of a good-looking guy, it meant something. Because how many times can she get the attention of a good-looking guy? She walks down the street, whatever. In the world of Instagram and Facebook and social media, a girl's getting blown up. So what does your attention have? Your attention has no value. So the way you give it value is, one, becoming a higher value man. But another way you have to make sure your attention has value is you don't throw it away. This is what I see all the time. I get message after message from guy in the friend zone. I'm like, what? The friend zone is basically, I'm giving away all my attention without getting any sex in return. Because this is the basic dynamic. The basic dynamic is men give attention to get sex and women give sex to continue to get your attention. This is how it should be. The women sleep with me, otherwise I won't talk to them anymore. And I talk to the women so they'll sleep with me. This is a very basic if you break it down. So if you're throwing all your attention away without getting sex in return, what value does your attention have? Zero. And this is how you end up, because it suffers from inflation like anything else. And this is how you end up with guys who are buying presents, taking girls on holiday, doing everything for them, but their attention is so low value that it means less than one text from me after 3 months.
Yeah, I just worked with a client. We got off a phone call today, and he was in the friend zone, and he was very young, right? So he didn't understand. So he's like, yeah, I bought her these boots that she really liked, and then I did this for her, and it's like, he's doing exactly what you're saying, right? He's just trying to buy this attention from her. And
it's never going to work.
Didn't work. It didn't work.
And that's it. So you can't do that. And the other way is how you make women respect you by being a person who's worthy of respect, the same way you make a man respect you. I mean, I really think that if society respects you, females will respect you by an extension. And there's lots of ways you can do that. Obviously, having money helps with that. Having a good job helps with that. Having a nice apartment, nice car obviously helps with that. Being in good shape helps with that. Being smart, being witty, all these things help. But this is the reality of life as a man, is that you have to build your value. People say to me all the time, oh yeah, Tate, you get girls. I said, I got girls because I became a kickboxing world champion. That's thousands of hours in the gym. I wasn't born with some magic. I'm not Ron Jeremy. I wasn't born with some tool. It's like I had to do it myself. So you have to build it as a man. This is just the unfortunate reality. If you're not prepared to do any work at all, you're going to suffer. And this is the reality of life as a man. You have to build it.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like a lot of guys kind of go on YouTube, they'll go on blogs, internet, wherever, to kind of figure out like, what's the thing to say? How do you get a girl? When really it's asking kind of the questions that give you more superficial information that's not going to really do much. And you're talking about, will become a valuable man. So now that's about building more of a foundation of being an actual attractive person instead of trying to copy and paste things.
You know who Roosh is?
Yes.
Okay, Roosh. So I don't like Roosh. And the reason I don't like Roosh is this. He spent his whole life chasing pussy around the world. He never worked on himself or became a high-value guy. He spent X amount of years chasing women and wrote books like he knows what he's talking about. He's now lonely and old. If he got sick, he'd lay in bed on his own without a nurse, without a wife, without children. He's even failed at women. He has no wife. He has nothing of genuine substance. And that's because he's not a man of genuine substance. So even if he managed to say the right things and sleep with a girl, as soon as she realized he was vapious, she disappeared. So you can't hack having a personality. You can't trick a girl into thinking you're something you're not. If you want a woman to really respect you, then be a man worthy of respect. It's really that simple. And on top of that, one of the easiest ways to be a man worthy of respect is to refuse to take disrespect. I see so many guys who let women disrespect them all day long.
Like what? What do you see women doing to men where the guy just takes it? Give us examples there.
I think we all agree women shit test men. And you have to be able to handle that and deal with it in a very, conservative way. Obviously, you can't flip out and be crazy. But I've been on dates with girls where they've just pushed it too far. I've been sitting there and they're like, oh, guys like you think this and blah, 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 just insulting me basically. After about 5 minutes, I was extremely polite. I said, look, I'm sorry. You're an independent woman, so you can pay for your food. I'm uninterested in speaking to you any longer. I'm leaving. And when I left, I've never had a girl chase me so hard because it's just a man who told her to fuck you. Don't disrespect me. I'm not taking you on a meal to be disrespected. And guys take this crap from girls all the time. I see it all the time. Girls making fun of them, or girls on a date, or a girl talking to other guys while she has a boyfriend. I mean, I know the modern world says that's cool. To me, that's absolute disrespect. You're with me and you love me and you want to text this dude all day, and I'm supposed to sit here and let you? She's testing your caliber as a man. Mm-hmm. You either stand up and say, get out my house and I never want to see you again, or stop texting that guy. And if you don't stand up as a man, it's only a matter of time till she sucks some other dick anyway. I mean, this is the harsh reality of the world. I've been in this game too long. I've seen it. I've seen it over and over and over again.
Do you have another example of disrespect?
I think a whole bunch of things women do by standard nowadays are disrespect. My view, and this is why I'm seen as an extremist, is that my view, the only happy relationship that can possibly exist is with a man leading and a man in charge. Any other relationship is always misery. If someone breaks, I'll ask you a question. If you're laying in bed with your girlfriend and someone breaks in the house, who has to go downstairs and risk their life to defend the other? We do. So if I asked you for a cup of coffee at dinner and you want to complain, to me, I'm like, so I have to risk my life if someone breaks in here. Someone tries to rape you on the street, I'm the one who's going to die protecting your honor, but you have a problem making a cup of coffee? Like, my view on if I say,
so you think it's so you're saying you think it's a double standard?
Yeah, it's absolutely a double standard. And if I said to my girl, can you make me a cup of coffee? And she said, no, I just find it extremely disrespectful. I'd say, okay, well, you're not going to make me a cup of coffee. I don't see the point in this relationship. Because authority, this is the thing. Responsibility and authority are linked. And this link has been broken. If you're responsible for someone or something, you have authority over someone or something. If you're responsible for, let's take a child, you're responsible for that child's safety. You have the authority to tell that child not to put his finger in the plug socket. How can you be responsible for something if you don't have authority over it? A captain of a ship has responsibility for that ship. So he has authority over everything on the ship, because if the ship sinks, it's his fault. So if I have responsibility over a woman, I have to make sure she's taken care of, her physical needs are met. If she has financial needs, they're met. I'm a man, emotionally, I'm her rock if she gets upset. I'm responsible.
Now, by the tone of your voice, I'm not sure if you're saying you're okay with that or you're complaining about that.
Well, no, I have no problem being responsible. My problem is if I'm responsible without the authority I deserve. So if a captain is responsible for the ship, but all the shipmates told him to fuck off and didn't listen to him, why would he want to be captain? How can he possibly do his job? If I'm responsible for the girl in the relationship, then I deserve the authority that comes with it. I'll make sure you're fine. I'll take care of you. I'll make sure you have the nice shoes if you want nice shoes. I'll give you nice birthday presents. I'll keep you safe. I'll protect you. But if I want a cup of coffee, I expect you to make me a cup of coffee. Because with the responsibility comes authority. If you're in a relationship where you have all the responsibility, but no authority at all, then you're screwed. Then what's the point? What are you adopting it for? What are you adopting the responsibility for? And this is what a lot of women try and get out of their men. They want their man to be responsible for them and all their problems, but they don't want to listen to anything. That's an unfair exchange. I'm not going to be responsible for anything without authority. If a girl won't listen to me, I don't consider myself responsible for her. And therefore, she can piss off and go be a hoe. If I'm responsible for you, then you're going to listen to me. Responsibility and authority are absolutely linked. And that link has been broken. And that's why a lot of men are in relationships, they don't understand. I have guy after guy message me saying, I don't know what to do. My girlfriend's talking to this guy. He's her friend since school. I'm like, bro, you better tell her to get out the house or stop talking to that guy. He's like, oh, but she might leave. If she chooses to text another guy over live with you, how long is it till she fucks him? Like, you want to start a countdown timer? Like, it's really simple to me. And maybe because I'm so black and white with it, people think my advice won't work. But I say, look, maybe she walks out the door and you just saved yourself a whole bunch of time. Because it was sooner or later, that's all she was going to do anyway. If you have no authority over a woman, then the whole thing's fucked. And that's my very basic view. And like I said, I've been doing this a long time. Same thing with the cam girls. As soon as they wouldn't listen to me about something, then they had to go. Because I don't think a relationship can work any other way without a clear leader. Name something in life that's 50-50. Anything. Name a corporation where everyone has the exact same stake. Name the military. Name something that functions and works 50-50. Nothing. There's always a chain of command. And if the woman's in charge, she's going to resent you. So that by default means it has to be the man. So you have to make her respect you and take charge of the relationship and keep things under control. That's my view of it anyway.
Now suscríbete a mi canal, dale like. En la descripción te doy los detalles de cómo yo te puedo ayudar con ellas. Compártelo por favor. Gracias.